Good evening. Say hello when you do come online so I know you're here. Anybody there? Hi guys. Say hi, let me see who's here. Hello Samuel. Hello. How are you guys? You good? Hi, good to see you. I'm really well, thank you. I have had a busy, productive, and slightly exhausting day, which is good. How about you guys? What have you been up to today? When you say, what have you been up to? Listen to this. It's because right now is 9 p.m. Brazil time, right? So it's still Friday. It's not finished. It's still today. So because I'm asking you about your day and it's still today, I'm going to ask you, what have you been up to? Because it's still totally related to this time, okay? I went to a mini spa. What? I'm so jealous right now. You went to a mini spa? That is incredible. What did you do there? Tell me more. I've never been to a spa. I'd actually love to go to a spa. You were seeing me doing yoga. That's cool. 2.5 hours. Stop it. You have to go. Let's not talk anymore. Wow, that's so, oh my God, a massage. I don't actually know how to say that in English. Well, I'm sure I do, but it's not coming to mind. Does this happen with you? That you know a word, but you don't remember how to say it. But if somebody says it to you, you remember it. Yeah? It could be a hot tub, actually. Maybe. It depends on what you're watching. Sometimes they say hot tub. That works. But a massage, a relaxing body massage, my goodness me. I have done so much work, started very early. Jacuzzi works too. Yes, well done. So I started very early this morning and was going strong for the whole morning. When you say you're going strong, it means you're not stopping. You're focused on what you're doing and you keep on doing this, right? So you can use it for everything. You can use it for everything. You can say, for example, I started studying 2 years ago and I'm still going strong. Yeah, so I'm still doing it. I'm still at it. So I was going strong for the whole morning. Hello, good evening. And had a little break for lunch, watched a little bit of a movie, which was, I'm going to recommend it to you guys, which was Diana. It's about Princess Diana, and it's on Netflix. I hadn't watched it yet. I was at the beach. You guys are making me jealous tonight. My kids are at the beach and husband. I had to stay again. Had to stay again. So this movie is really good because the story is really nice. It's based on Princess Diana, a little bit of her views of the world. I suppose we're going to get to her death eventually. I haven't got there yet because I haven't finished the movie. But it was a very, very nice movie to watch. One thing that I recommend to you about this movie is paying attention to two things, okay? How Naomi Watts, who's the actress playing Diana, speaks. She has this beautiful, very clear and very proper British accent. Very nice to listen to. And she's hardly opening her mouth. Remember we spoke about this the other day. Somebody asked me, Patricia, you don't open your mouth when you speak English. Yeah, it's because well-spoken English doesn't require you to speak like this. You know, you really hardly open your mouth. And she hardly opens her mouth. So it's a great listening practice because it's challenging. It's going to push you. I'll tell you that now because it will. Second thing about this movie that I recommend for you learners is They are talking about her boyfriend who was from Pakistan. So the actor has got a strong accent, which is great because then you've got the dynamics of her accent that is so clear and so proper with his accent that is quite strong, as a strong foreign accent. So that's a great practice. So check it out. Let me know if you like it. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying here. Hi, Mom. My vacation is always over, so I am almost over, so I'm doing everything I can. Good for you. Good for you. My vacation has not started yet. Hello, Patricia. I follow your channel. Yay, that's amazing. So the movie is Diana. Thank you. That's it, Diana. Okay, so I have a question for you tonight. Okay, I want you to have a little think and work with me here because I need to take you somewhere. We need to talk. Okay. Have you ever felt, and I want a yes or no answer here. Okay, so if your answer is yes, you're going to say yes. If your answer is no, you're going to say no. Deal? Okay. Have you ever felt really tired of trying to improve your English? Have you ever felt like you were working so hard, but you were not getting what you wanted? Like you were stuck someplace and not moving forward? Okay, let's see the answers. We've got 3 yeses so far. Yes, of course. Yeah. I have 1 no, 2 no's. That's amazing, guys. But I have got mostly I have got yeses here. Yeah. Do you think it's because it feels to you like it's a very distant dream? Do you think that's the reason why you feel that way? Because when you imagine speaking English fluently, speaking as you would like to speak, however it is that you would like your English to be, this dream is so distant. It's almost unimaginable. Is that why you feel this way? Please say yes if you believe that's why you feel this way. Let me see. Please say yes if you do, and say no if you don't. If you don't think it's because it's a distant dream. It feels like it's really far away. I've got some no's. I got yes. Okay, I've got no and yes. It's very mixed. It's totally possible. Not easy, but possible. Yes, well done. It's totally possible. But the feeling sometimes doesn't match the reality of things. How we feel doesn't necessarily represent the level of difficulty of that learning English involves or entails. Yes and no, yes and no, yes and no. Sometimes I get too tired to study. Yeah. Did you see my post about this week? It's just, you can't, there is only so much you can do. Going too far at once will knock you down, basically. Will knock you down means you're going to be down on the floor, mate. You're not going to be moving because it's too much. Too much at once is too much, you know? So you get too tired because you're doing too much at once. And it's really not about, listen to this right now, guys, and write it down and stick it onto your wall so you can see this every day. It's not about how long. It's about how often. So it's not about how long you're going to sit down and study and be in contact with English. It's not about how long you're going to do this. I'm going to do it for 2 hours today. I'm going to do it for 3 hours today. It's not about how long you're going to do it for. It's about how often you're going to do it. I'm going to do it for 15 minutes, but I'm going to do it 7 days a week. Okay? So just write it down. It's not about how long It's about how often. And if only you guys would just try it out. Just try it out. Give it a try. That's your answer. You try it for 1 month, you've got the answer you need. You're not going to be fluent in 1 month. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you're going to know what's happening to your English. Because I have been teaching you to analyze your English. For 5 years, I have been teaching you to analyze your English. So you try it for 1 month and you've got your answer. Then you're going to know, okay, Patricia is not talking nonsense. What she's saying actually makes sense. It's not about how long, it's about how often. Let me see what you guys are saying. What to do when you want to learn British English, but almost everything is in American English. Cake. You like how I say your name in English, don't you? Cake. Not almost everything is in American English. Are you crazy? No. You want to learn British English? There is some really good content on Netflix. I'm going to recommend some things to you just off the top of my head, okay? Off the top of my head is like stuff that I remember just now. I wasn't prepared for this question, but stuff that I remember. The movie that I recommended today, Diana. So you got a movie. Another movie. No, not another movie, because I don't know if that one is on Netflix. So forget that. So Diana is a movie that you can watch. It's on Netflix. Also, there is a very nice documentary I watched 2 weeks ago. Very, very sad. I'm going to warn you now. Extremely depressing, extremely sad. It might not be for you, but since you're talking about British English, I'm going to say it, okay? It's called Tell Me Who I Am. It's on Netflix. It's a real story. It's very, very sad, but it's totally British and very beautiful British English. Thanks, guys. You've got Peppa Pig also in British English. So there's a ton of content, really good content in British English. So don't give me that. What else have we got? Been trying to learn a word every day. Yay, well done. A word a day gets you so far. With a sentence, though, you get a new word, but you get a sentence together, a sentence that you have not created, a sentence that you have seen somewhere. Maybe you have seen it in an article, subtitles from a show you are watching, whatever, somebody you follow on Instagram. You're probably following 99% of Brazilian people, right? Exactly. So you should be analyzing the people you're following on Instagram too. Just saying. Yes, no, 4 hours a day. You're studying for 4 hours a day. No, that's insane. That is crazy. That gets you exhausted when you are living abroad and you actually have to be in contact with English for 4 hours a day. When you're doing it with books most of the time, God, no, don't do that to yourself. It doesn't get you far. It's too much. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like my videos. So, Ben and Holly, well done. Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom is also amazing, but that's children's content. So if you're up for being more open-minded and learning English as you should be learning, content for children works really well and will help you, because you have not been a child in English, have you? So that means, what does that tell you? What does that tell you, guys? If you have not had the experience of being a child in English, you have missed out on a lot of stuff. Do you agree? You didn't go through that. You missed out. So you're already losing because you missed out. So what do? If you are super arrogant about it, and I'm not a child, I'm not going to watch this because I am an adult, then you're still missing out. So instead, you realize that you missed out and you watch some of that so that you can pick up on some nice little things that you missed out on, you know? And it's not going to be the same as being a child in English, but it's still going to be really useful. You've been watching my videos every single day. That is amazing. Thank you. What can I say about that? It's important as well. I love that you watch my videos, and I recommend that you watch my videos, and you should be watching my videos every day because there are so many of them, right? So I'm sure that you will benefit from watching those videos, every single one of them. However, here's the trick. Listen up. You cannot just watch my videos. You cannot just watch that one series. You cannot just watch that other YouTube channel. You have got to be mixing and matching. You know, you have got to watch me and somebody else and yet another person. You have got to be mixing, because when you get so caught up in wanting to get everything you can from that one person, then you're limiting yourself, because everybody has their own way of communicating and their own accent and their own favorite words. And it's so important that you put yourself through this challenge of being involved with as much content as you can from as many different people as possible. So please bear this in mind, okay? To bear in mind is to keep in mind, everybody. An American, well done. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. This is an expression. It doesn't mean now we are literally talking, because we have been for the past 16 minutes. When I say now we're talking, I mean that's exactly what I'm talking about. Well done, you. So you're watching me, but you're watching American channels. Now we're talking. Well done. Say hello to me and my wife, Tatiana. Hello, guys. Good evening. I'm happy with my level, but still having hard times with understanding some movies without subtitles. Bianca, this is absolutely normal. You are gonna have a hard time for a little while. What you need to do is mix and match as much as possible. Pay attention to this. If you're having trouble to understand some things without subtitles, you mix and match as much as possible. So you watch lots of different content with subtitles, and then sometimes you go back to something you have watched with subtitles and you watch the same thing without. And you guys, some of you guys are already doing this. I recommended this before, right? Because you're not worried about understanding what they're saying. You're just worried about, not worried about understanding the content, but worried about understanding the words. So already 50% of your brain is relaxed. So the chances of you understanding it more go up significantly. So it is going to take you a bit of time to understand things without subtitles. That's okay. So go back to that, watch it with, and then go back to that and watch it without. First you do it with, and then you do it without. Okay, so that is a really good way for you to notice how everything is changing as well for you. I am Brazilian. Hi. Okay. Oh my gosh, Alan, you're here. Hi. So guys, I wanted to go back to my point about this being a very difficult journey, okay? And to finish up tonight, I'm going to leave you with a very important, something very important for you to consider, okay? Something that I'd like you to think about for yourself. It is a tough journey. It is probably one of the most difficult things you're going to do if you want to do it right, okay? So if you have a really ambitious goal with English, if you want to speak a beautiful English, and if you want to eventually be proud of yourself for the work you have done, this is about you doing work for yourself. You know, this is the most incredible thing you can do for yourself, because really it comes down to you and your efforts. And how amazing is that? Okay, so for you to bear in mind something important here, which is imagine that you're going on a hike. Do you know what a hike is? A hike is when you go up it's not necessarily a mountain, but you go for a very long walk through the woods, and it's a challenging walk. You know, it's a very challenging walk because sometimes it's a bit steep when you're going up, and it's super, like, it's hard to go up. So sometimes it's a bit steep, and there are insects and bugs and mosquitoes, and sometimes it's really hot weather. But why do you go on a hike? I've never been on a hike, but I have a student that goes hiking, and she was telling me about this the other day, and it gave me this insight about you guys and your journey and the journey that I have been on as well. And it's like you are on this hike, and the reason why you go on a hike in the first place is because you want to get somewhere. You go on a hike because you want to get to this beautiful spot, and you want to overlook an amazing landscape that you can only see after you have hiked. Are you following this? That's why you go on a hike. You definitely do not go on a hike to get bitten by mosquitoes. That's not why you go on a hike. You go on a hike because you want to get somewhere. Now imagine you're on a hike and you get really tired. You're really, really tired now. And you get to a point that you're sweating and that you're tired and your feet hurt. And you sit down on the ground and you start to ask yourself, why am I doing this in the first place? This is exhausting. I have been hiking for 2 hours. I still have 2 hours to go. I'm going to be walking for 4 hours. I'm done. I'm exhausted. Why am I doing this? And you ask yourself whether you should go back because you're too tired. So then you actually consider going back. Say to yourself, do you know what? Screw this. I'm going to walk back. I'm done. I don't have to see no landscape. If you walk back, you're still going to walk for 2 hours because you got to walk back. And you're going to get nothing in return. Actually, you're going to get just one thing in return when you walk back. You're going to get big ass frustration because you didn't get to where you wanted to get to. You see? So when you're on a hike and you get really, really tired, you have one choice. And that's only one, which is to keep going. Because you've already done 2 hours. Because your feet are hurting nonetheless. Because if you walk back, you get frustration and no landscape. But if you keep walking for 2 more hours, you get landscape. You get achievement. You get to where you want it to be. So please, wherever you are now and whenever you get exhausted from your English hike, remember that walking back brings you nothing except for frustration. But when you keep going, you get there. Eventually, you get there. I promise you will. Okay? All right. I was just looking at the camera, so I didn't even see any of this. All right, lovely people. I hope I have managed to leave you with something special tonight. And keep going. Okay? You must do. Keep going. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. It's been lovely to be with you. And I'll see you again next week, that's for sure. Thank you all so much. Keep hiking. Bye.